Commanders, I got early access to Umbra through the Creator program, and after fully developing him, and testing him in real battles, the numbers I'm seeing are not what I expected. Let's go through the build, the stats, and what he's actually doing in combat. Umbra came in at level 100 through the Creator program. First step was leveling him up to 130 using Titan Potion, and I had enough to max him out completely. From there I moved to his skin. This skin is critical for Umbra specifically, because it boosts health, and health is not just for Umbra's own survivability. Caligo, his summoned companion, has health that is based directly on Umbra's health. The more health Umbra has, and more dangerous Caligo becomes. This skin alone gives Umbra close to 1 million health. Now let's go through the artifacts, because this took the most work. First artifact, his unique weapon, which gives elemental damage. To develop this one you need essence of the elements. I got him to level 130, but I did not have enough fragments to push him to 6 stars yet. This is the one artifact still in progress. Second artifact, Crown of Darkness. Same resource, essence of the elements, needed to level this up to 130. This time I had enough fragments, saved up to take it all the way to 6 stars. Third artifact, Cosmos Seal. I had enough fragments here too, maxed it out to 6 stars without any issue. Once Cosmos Seal hit 6 stars, the next step was pushing its level even higher using gold instead of fragments. So to summarize where Umbra stands right now, his skin is developed, Crown of Darkness is maxed at 6 stars, Cosmos Seal is maxed at 6 stars and leveled further with gold. The only piece still incomplete is his unique weapon artifact, sitting at level 130 but not yet at 6 stars. Development done. Now let's see the numbers this produced, and why they matter for what happens later in battle. Here's where he landed. Main role Summoner. Health sits at almost 14 million. Attack around 700,000. Elemental damage around 400,000. Elemental armor around 175,000. These are strong numbers across the board, and that's before we even get into how his skills perform in actual battle. If you want to see the full testing footage and every update on Umbra as I keep developing him, subscribe now. This is just the beginning of the breakdown. Caligomora is still something I'm working through completely. Umbra summons Caligo for 7 seconds. While active, Caligo spreads an aura, and he receives 50% of the damage dealt to opponents inside that aura. When the timer runs out, Caligo dies, and at that moment, enemies inside the aura take 712,601 damage, plus additional damage equal to Caligo's remaining health. I'll be honest, this skill takes a few reads to fully understand. I'm still breaking it down piece by piece, and once I have the full mechanic mapped out, I'll put together a dedicated video just on how Caligomora actually works. The second skill is the one we already understood from the official kit. Umbra and Caligo bond with darkness and start the battle with 30% energy. Same concept as Lumira on the light side. This means Umbra reaches his ultimate faster than most other titans. On paper, this all sounds straightforward. A 7-second timer, a death explosion, extra energy at the start. But here's where the testing footage stopped matching the description. Now here's the part that actually matters, real combat results. Let's look at the math on paper first. Caligo's health is 30% of Umbra's maximum health, for me that's around 4.2 million. The skill says when Caligo dies, enemies take 712,601 damage, plus additional damage equal to Caligo's remaining health. In my testing, Caligo almost never survives the full 7 seconds. He dies early, sometimes from the damage he's absorbing, sometimes because Umbra himself takes damage. If Caligo is dying early, his remaining health at the moment of death should be low. So based on the formula, the bonus damage from remaining health should be small too. But that's not what I'm seeing. Even with Caligo dying early and presumably having little health left, Umbra is still putting out damage similar to, or higher than, Super Titans. The numbers don't match what the formula on paper suggests they should be. So here's the real question: if Caligo dies early with little health remaining, where is all this extra damage actually coming from? Something in how this skill calculates damage isn't matching what the description implies. That gap is exactly what I need to break down before I can give you the full picture. So that's my first impression of Umbra: strong stats, a confusing first skill that doesn't behave the way it reads, and damage numbers already competing with Super Titans despite Caligo rarely surviving his full duration. I'm not done with this Titan. Once I fully understand how Caligomora actually works under the hood, I'll bring you the complete breakdown. Commanders, drop a comment. Based on what you just heard, what do you think is actually happening with Caligo's damage? And are you planning to build Umbra once he's available?